As I was playing through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth last month, I started to feel that it was a bit of a slog, but I was the sickest I've been in a long time. I was off work for a few days, so it's not like I had anything really better to do. So it kind of got me thinking, what is it about the game that isn't feeling good to me right now? But it also got me thinking, what am I trying to use these videos for? And I realized that it doesn't make sense for me to just talk about what I like, what I don't like. I think it's more of a reflection on what I've just experienced and like what does it make me think about. But back to Final Fantasy VII. So I was sat there wrapped in blankets thinking like, why does this feel boring? Or why am I burnt out on this? And the answer I came to was that it's the way that the open world is designed. Now, I don't remember much about the original, but I know that there wasn't a plethora of preset activities in the open world. Whereas when I look at the world map in Rebirth, I just see places to go, checklist to complete, instead of exploring to find these places. And I found that that was so distracting from my story arc. It was like I would go to the one town, do the story, and then the next story quest is in a different town. But I have a whole checklist of things to get through before I can get to the next main quest. I would definitely say I'm a completionist or a perfectionist kind of player. I want to see and complete everything that's there. So if I see this pre-revealed map with all these locations, I feel like I have to go do them. But now I'm wondering, is that even still something that I want to be doing if it's going to just completely burn me out and take me away from the story? Not to mention that the events in this game kind of felt a bit meaningless, but that's another point. Spending hundreds of hours in Oblivion, Skyrim, just being distracted by a new location that pops up on your compass and just trying to find it. It's something, like I said, something about this pre-revealed map. Gaming shouldn't feel like a checklist, or exploration shouldn't feel like a checklist. Isn't that kind of the antithesis? With that being said, on the other side of it, Tears of the Kingdom, for example, has none of that. Nothing. So I would go around the map trying to find every little corner to see what was there. And 90% of the time, there's nothing. And that also kind of burnt me out. So what's the middle ground? It kind of feels like a balance between when you have this checklist, skipping the content that you can see versus missing content that you can't see. They both don't feel great to me, but I think it's something to come to terms with. Anyway, about the rest of the game, I liked it. Once I kind of moved past this checklist and started skipping it, I felt a lot better. There's a ton of mini games, like a ridiculous amount of mini games, but most of them were pretty fun. And Queen's Blood, yep, I definitely like Queen's Blood. Now, on the other hand, the story changes, especially at the end, were a bit fever dreamy. I'm not sure how I feel about this like multiverse kind of thing, but hey, we'll see where they take it. It's really fun to see these older games being remade, reimagined with more depth. Super cool. I wish they would do more of this from these older games from my childhood, right? But what about all the current generation that are missing out on these phenomenal stories that kind of locked behind old hardware or emulators that, maybe some people wouldn't even think to go after? I hope that more publishers, more devs see that the success of these reimaginings and they can dig up these old IPs and kind of do the same thing. There's nothing wrong with remaking old content. People complain about that in Hollywood. Oh, it's just a remake of an old movie, but anyway, it was nice to be able to reflect a little bit more on things, like think about what it was about. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think it was good. Flawed, but solid. Yeah. But Charlie needs to stop calling me.